It's official, and I bet you Blazer fans are so happy. After a fourth first round playoff exit in 5 seasons, the Portland Trailblazers and coach Terry Stotts mutually agreed to part ways on Friday, sources told ESPN Adrian Wojnarowski. Stott leaves as the second winningest coach in franchise history, including 8 consecutive playoff appearances, longest streak in the league. Stotts is the only head coach Damian Lillard has had in the NBA. Among candidates expected to be considered for the Blazers opening, sources told ESPN Clippers assistant Chauncey Billups. Sorry if I said that. Why did I say Chance? That is so disrespectful. Chauncey Billups, Jeff Van Gundy, Mike D'Antoni, and Juwan Howard. I want either Chauncey Billups or Juwan Howard. I would say Chauncey Billups because, correct me if I'm wrong, Chauncey Billups has never had an opportunity to be a head basketball coach, like at least accepted. He's always been an assistant since retiring from the NBA. And yeah, he's been a Clipper. This is his first year as a Clippers assistant. I just want to make sure. And yeah, coaching career, he was hired as an assistant for Tyronn Lue. And basically, he was a great coach. You know, he was a guy who was an analyst. He knows how basketball. So Chauncey Billups would be interesting, but I don't know if he has the experience. So I go Juwan Howard. Juwan Howard spent the last 3 years of his career basically being a coach on the court. Okay, and so with Terry Stotts out, Damian Lillard is gonna. They can't pull Deshaun Watson. They need Damian Lillard to be in, like, help choose the coach, be in the interviews, ask for his opinion, be like, who do you want? Who do you think fits your game? Have the coach present and sell himself to Damian Lillard, okay? And have Damian Lillard be the guy that the coach is pitching to mainly, because that's your most important player, okay? Nobody else matters. You got to make sure that Dame is happy. And, you know, hopefully it is. And if we look at Juwan Howard, if you guys don't know Juwan Howard, or the Fab Five member, current coach of Michigan, and, you know, let's give you a little insight on what he's been able to do as a head coach. In 2 years at Michigan, in his second season, he made it to the Elite Eight. He's compiled a record of 42-17. And his last 3 years, which were all in Miami, and even you could argue in his year including in Charlotte a little bit where he barely played, he was a coach, but mainly in Miami. Those last 3 years with the big three, he was playing under 10 minutes at most of the first year, but he played a combined only like 92 games that year, with averaging like 8 minutes a night. And he was really just a coach. Most nights he was just in a suit, and he seems like a guy. He's always been seen as a guy who could be a coach. Phenomenal player. I love him. Juwan Howard. I don't remember this, but I still remember watching highlights. And if you look at I think one of the reasons why he didn't have a greater career was when he was in Washington, he was playing like 40 minutes a night for like 7 years in a row. It was ridiculous. But this isn't what the video is about. It's about Portland Trailblazers. Look, Carmelo would be nice, but I think Carmelo wants to go somewhere contending. Let's flip CJ McCollum for as many role players as possible. Give me 3-and-D guys. Give me maybe a big man to back up Nurkic. We could argue to keep Nurkic. Let's sign and trade Zach Collins. Keep Robert Covington unless you could get him packaged with CJ for something better. If you can't get all assets, you either want a star player, like a superstar, package a bunch of stuff, or a bunch of good role players around Dame. But besides that, I really think the best thing would be, I want them to keep Norman Powell, Nurkic. I think everybody else, Norman Powell, Nurkic, and Damian Lillard should be the only people retained. And even Nurkic could be expendable. But besides that, I mean, this team, Damian Lillard can't be wasting his time any longer. And Enes Kanter's only 29, and I'm actually a very big fan of Enes Kanter. Yeah, he was actually a better rebounder this year for Portland than in 2018-2019, but I was going to say he wasn't as good as a scorer as he was. He was phenomenal that year scoring. Like, he did shoot 60%, but he wasn't really scoring as much. And he also tried a lot harder on defense that year. It seemed like, I know he had more blocks this year, but I don't know. I didn't think Enes Kanter was impressive as he was that first year. But that's basically it for me, guys. Terry Stotts is fired.